where we give you our daily dosage of morning news from our daily newspapers. My name is Stuart Nambru, and joining me, I have this beautiful co-host. Your name is
Nicole Madzio. Thank you so much, Stuart. So we'll just quickly get down into what is in the papers today. I'm going to start with the Herald. So according to the Herald, it says Zimta quits ZCTU. What do you think about Zimta quitting ZCTU? Do you think it's okay for them to quit since it's it oversees basically all the concerns of all workers? What do you think?
Over the years, I really don't understand how ZCTU has been operating. Of recently they were involved in that mass stay-away, which resulted in a lot of people being killed and a lot of people being beaten and left many people with injuries. And I would want to know how Zimta came to the decision of distancing themselves from such a very powerful and influential organization. Yeah.
All right, so this is an article by Jamaida Murira from the Herald. So it says, the Zimbabwe Teachers Association, Zimta, has pulled out of the Zimbabwe Congress of Trade Unions at ZCTU, accusing the umbrella labor representative body of continuously dabbling in opposition politics, undermining the cause of workers. Zimta's move will prompt other affiliates to follow suit amid reports that some members are accusing ZCTU of deviating from its mandate of fighting for workers' rights. There has been shimmering discontent within the rank and file of ZCTU membership and affiliates who feel that the labor body was dabbling its partisan politics, in particular recent events where Workers' Day commemorations held annually on May 1 were being turned into an MDC alliance rally and anti-government event. Zimta provincial structures have since conveyed the message to their regional counterparts.
I really don't understand where Zimta is getting it from. Remember, from the 1999 era, the MTC formation is a product of ZCTU. So now they are distancing themselves 20 years later. I don't get it. I don't understand why they are doing it now. Why didn't they do it in 1999 or in 2003? Because Zimta has always been part of ZCTU.
So you can't separate
You can't separate MDC Alliance or MDC from ZCTU. They are intertwined. Moving to the Standard on Sunday, we say secret payments to Nikuv exposed. Former President Robert Mugabe's government made a series of secret payments to a company linked to controversial Israeli firm Nikuv, which was accused of manipulating the country's elections in the past. It has been revealed. Confidential documents obtained by this publication show that government officials are still battling to keep the details under wraps. Mines and Mining Development Ministry former Secretary Francis Kochganga, who is accused of siphoning $1.6 million from the Minerals Marketing Corporation of Zimbabwe, MMCZ, facilitated the payments through Petstock Investment. The documents show Nikuv making headlines again. You all know what Nikuv did. Yeah, we don't want to talk about Nikuv. Can move to the next step.
Coming back to the Herald, it says Wange Power Station funding under threat. Zimbabwe might be facing challenges accessing the $1 billion loan facility from China bank Afrimax for Wange Power Station expansion, following the change of functional currency that resulted in funds that were being held in an escrow account to securitize an early loan being converted to local currency. This emerged yesterday during a briefing between ZESA officials and newly appointed Minister of Power and Energy Development Advocate Fortune Chassis, who was on tour of power generation facilities in Kariba. Zimbabwe ZPC, the generation arm of the state power utility ZESA, acting manager Robson Chikuri, said China Afrimax had verbally expressed its displeasure about the situation. Fears now abound that the bank may soon register its misgivings in writing, indicating the escalation of the gravity of its reservations, which might strain the relationship between two parties, meaning that this whole ZESA problem is not going to go anywhere. It's going to continue because they are China Exim Bank is not very, very happy, and that's the major, and it's a major supplier. They are supposed to get a loan for $1 billion, which is quite a lot.
Yeah, I think this power situation is going to affect, I think, most Southern African countries. We are dealing under a lot of debt from our electricity suppliers. And I'm very happy that the newly appointed Minister Advocate Chasi did not waste time. He's on the ground, like I've always said, he's always on the ground. He went to Kariba, he wants to know what's happening. So that whenever when he's asked in Parliament during those question and answer segments, he can have a very good answer or a very detailed answer from what is happening on the ground. Unlike most ministers who rely on the reports that are written by someone who was on the ground. But if you go on the ground yourself, you have first-hand information. I'm happy that the minister just went there, but only said not though Chinese firm not happy with how we are doing things, and we really need the power utility to do something. I'm going to move to Newsday, where it says, I think the biggest story from the Newsday is it won't last 5 years. It says MDC leader Nelson Chamisa says President Emerson Mnangagwa will not finish his term of office if he fails to resolve the socio-economic crisis in the country. Speaking at a thank you rally in Chirezi yesterday, Chamisa maintained that he won the July 2018 general elections and that his victory was stolen from him by Mnangagwa, but warned the ZANU-PF leader's reign will not last because he was riding on a stolen vote. I quote, "We are not moving away from the July victory. That is why we are coming to thank you, because we know you voted for the right person, but the wrong person grabbed power. You will not last in that position," Chamisa said. He also went on to say that we are going to solve this problem soon. Some of you will ask me how, but we are prayer warriors. We pray and do and pray and do. The answer will come. Look, the walls of Jericho are falling. Hunger is pulverizing the country, said MDC President Nelson Chamisa. What do you think he said that?
Well, on President Mnangagwa not lasting 5 years, I don't know on that. But however, I think Chamisa is just being Chamisa. He's always talking.
Yeah, he's always talking.
Telling people.
Especially about him being the legitimate president of Zimbabwe. He's just being himself. I'm going to quickly move to another story in the Newsday that says government recognizes MDC's 2014 structures energy in Todi. This is according to an interview that was conducted by Newsday with Energy Mtodi, where he said Zambia has been accused of meddling in the affairs of the main opposition MDC party. These accusations intensified following a High Court ruling that appeared to stall the MDC Congress preparations and hand the leadership of the party to Thokozani Kupe. After the ruling, Information Deputy Minister Energy Mtodi immediately called for Nelson Chamisa to step down. This is what he said. Chamisa has been ruled illegitimate and we are saying that he must step down. What we are saying is the opposition may be there, but it is to stick to its democratic principles. It is to stick to the expectations of Zimbabweans so that it can contribute meaningfully to the success of Zimbabwe. As it stands, the MDC has actually deviated from its democratic principles, and we urge it to actually go back to the principles that were left behind by the late Morgan Tsvangirai. That is Deputy Minister Energy Mtodu for you there. He never ceases to amaze me with such a comment.
He always leaves us dumbfolded.
Yeah, he always leaves us dumbfolded. And we always question how did he become a minister. Calling for the MDC leader to step down. The MDC people will not like it.
However, there has analysts, I think when I'm going through the daily news, analysts have responded to, in terms of law, like legality of the courts, labeling Chamisa illegitimate and stuff, which we're going to look at later on. But I don't know. But Mtodi is like a terrible source to actually quote from. But hey, he's the deputy minister. So, anyway,
it's very terrible.
It is. So coming back to the Herald again, it says.
Before you move to the Herald, I'll just run another story from Newsday that says judicial officer in court over fake degrees. A top official with the Justice Ministry who operated a bogus theological college offering fake degrees to unsuspecting people in and around Maronda was on Friday arraigned before the courts before Major Street, with them facing 3 counts of fraud. Jameson Mazana, 59, emotional and case from which are accounted with the ministry, is being charged alongside Charles Jusa, 58, for operating the unregistered Adulam School of Ministry Institute. Mazana is since been suspended by his employer until the matter is finalized. The two are expected to return to court next week as prosecutors are seeking to transfer the case given that Mazana was stationed at Marandra Magistrates Court. According to the court papers of the first count, sometime in February last year, the accused persons approached the Macheke businessman Edmund Muyemba, 39-inch, misrepresented to him that the institution was genuinely offering a theology degree program. So this is a wake-up call to people in and around Marondera. There's a bogus theology institute that is operating in Marondera. So beware.
Okay, so coming back to the Herald, so this one is a quick one because we actually spoke about this earlier. It says chassis hits the ground running. So newly appointed Energy and Power Development Minister Advocate Fortune Chassis has hit the ground running and is already exploring a number of options, including electricity trade-offs with Mozambique to address local electricity shortages. The trade-off proposition seeks to leverage on the abundant water in the Cabora Bassa Basin following Cyclone Idai, amid fears that the continued discharge of large volumes of water during generation at Kariba South and North power stations was causing flooding. So, as you mentioned earlier on, he's really, opening a lot of options, on what we could do to change our electricity use in the country.
I'm going to move to the Standard on Sunday, which says rigging fears it MDC Congress. Chairperson of the Independent Commission running the MDC weekend elective process of the MDC Congress, Jafet Moyo, is allayed rigging fears by some candidates, saying the polls will be free and fair. This comes after a number of candidates told the Standard yesterday that with all the hopes of clinching positions, they were fearful that the ground might be tilted in favor of other candidates. The party will likely hold a national executive meeting early this week where candidates are expected to demand concrete measures to ensure the process is free and fair. So the MDC Independent Commission on Elections is allayed fears of vote rigging their coming or upcoming elective Congress. So what else do you have from the Daily News?
The Daily News, it says Chamisa invites ED Coupe to Congress. So this is like the first, the major headline on the paper. So it says the MDC led Nelson Chamisa. The MDC led by Nelson Chamisa picture says it will be extending an invitation to President Emerson Mnangagwa and Thokozani Coupe's MDCT to attend its elective congress set for Friday in the Midlands province in Gweru. Chamisa's party is also inviting war veterans through the Zimbabwe National Liberation War Veterans Association and traditional chiefs to attend the 2-day congress, which ends on May 25. MDC organizing Secretary Amos Chibaya confirmed to the Daily News as he said, and I quote, "We invited war veterans, the likes of Victor Matemadanda and company. We also invited chiefs through Honorable Chief Fortune Charumbira and the president of the Chiefs Council. Coupe was also invited because she belongs to the MDCT." And it also goes on to say, the MDC spokesperson Jacob Mafume also goes on to explain why they have, invited other political parties. He says, "We know that ZANU-PF likes to peep. It is a peeping Tom. We know that even if we had not invited them, they would be there. So we have to invite them." The organizing secretary can confirm that, Mafume said sarcastically. So I think you can tell even from the tone that he did say it in a very sarcastic way.
What the MDC is simply trying to do is to set the trend. Remember, they had the first ever national debate on their candidates, which was beamed on different social media platforms. They were saying they wanted to set the pace or to set the tone of what democratic principles or democratic processes must do with regards to elections. And by doing so, by inviting their main opposition party, I think they are doing a good job, of which I know that ZANU-PF will not accept that invite. I'm going to quickly move to the standard where it says business rules under load shedding. Load shedding is hitting hard on businesses and livelihoods as many areas are going for up to 8 hours without power in most parts of the country. ZESA recently rolled out a load shedding schedule which appears to be far more severe than was experienced in the past 9 years. Industries and households are going without electricity for as long as 10 hours daily. Affected businesses and households alike have nowhere to run as they cannot turn to generators because of the scarcity and cost of fuel in the country. I think the electricity situation is really severe and going out of hand. I remember over the weekend where I live, yesterday we went for 14 hours without electricity, and it's a very worrisome state. And the issue of alternative sources is also coming into play, where people don't have that alternative source. If you want to buy gas, I think without the rates we're performing over the weekend, the price of gas shot, I think, to about $12 per kg, and there's no fuel-to-fuel generators because the fuel is a scarce commodity at the moment, and people can't really afford that. What else do you have from the Daily News?
So the Daily News says the Blair City Council to repossess 2,000 properties. Residents who have gone for more than 5 years without paying rates for their residential stands are now at risk for losing their properties, the Daily News can report. This follows a resolution passed by the Blair City Council to repossess and dispose of the properties, some of which have not been developed for over 50 years. So this has caused major uproar, as most of these properties have already started being auctioned in the local papers, and it hasn't really set well with the people that haven't paid. But my question is, I think if you own a property, just give Caesar what belongs to Caesar.
Yeah.
Just pay exactly. Yeah, there are payment plans. I understand things are tough. Payment plans work. You can make a plan, and then you can just pay your debt as time goes on. So I'm just gonna come back again. It says nothing can stop MDC Congress. This is what I was with the experts that I was referring to, that they were speaking and saying the legality of this Congress moving forward. So it says that analysts are unanimous that it is within the MDC Alliance rights to proceed with the elective Congress in Gweru on Friday because the vexatious ruling delivered by the High Court early this month applies to MDCT. So that's the first thing that they're saying. This is the MDC, and what the ruling from the High Court is directed to is for the MDCT. And as far as everything is concerned, the MDCT only exists with Thokozani Kube, that is, and not with Nelson Chamisa. So it says that Justice Mushora's ruling has the effect of thrusting Thokozani Kube and troubled Party Secretary General Douglas Monzora at the center of organizing the extraordinary Congress by virtue of the uncontested positions they commanded at the time. So this will only apply to Douglas Monzora and Thokozani Kube, because they are the ones that were in that position as far as the law is concerned, and even as far as this these analysts are concerned. So it's actually quite a mouthful of the things that they raise as
as analysts.
Exactly.
They've been observing the situation delicately from the outside, and what they're saying, some of it augurs well with what is happening on the ground, and the twists and turns of this whole MDC alliance or MDC saga, I think it must not affect the Congress, because the MDC really need the Congress. They really need a legal leader, someone who's legally put into place or elected by an elected Congress. I'm just going to quickly run to News J, where it says poultry sector records 19% slump. Zimbabwe's poultry industry recorded a 19% slump in output, producing 19.5 million day-old chicks in the first quarter of the year, as players cite a reduction in demand and supply. Zimbabwe Poultry Association Chairperson Solomon Zawe said in the quarter to March this year, broiler day-old chick production averaged 6.5 million per month, 19% lower compared to the same period of last year. I don't know where this Zimbabwe Poetry Association is getting their statistics, but according to what we observe on the ground, I think chicken is the popular daily staple at the moment. Some people are saying it's cheap. If you go to people who have this backyard poultry businesses, they will tell you that they are holding a very brisk business in as far as chicken rearing is concerned. So I don't know where this Poultry Association is getting their figures. Do you have anything else before we move to the next story?
Quickly, I'll just run through. It says grant municipal police arresting powers. That's according to the Harare City Council. Harare City Council is seeking arresting powers for its municipal police so that it's able to investigate and make arrests for crimes committed in the Central Business District. Health Services Director Prosper Chonzi said some of the blitz that the city is conducting are not reaping maximum rewards because their police do not have arresting powers. However, Dr. Chonzi, I don't know if this applies to your department in particular, but I feel like also the council, the police themselves, they need to know how to conduct themselves, especially dealing with the public, because it's so bad. The system is so bad, it's insane, it's terrible.
I think one thing that I can comment about municipal police being given arresting powers, I think the first thing that they have to do is they have to be retrained so that they know how to deal with the people, they know the law. Those guys are very violent. If you see their operations, the way they operate, they're very violent. The police are not violent. The police know the law, and at times they are very patient. You know, they organize themselves in an organized way. But the Harare City Council police, no. They are very, very violent. They shouldn't be given arresting powers unless they are trained. We're going to quickly move to the sport. Where Jeremy says FIFA pledges to build stadium in Chimani. Gold Solar Governing Body, FIFA has pledged to construct a modern football stadium in Chimani as part of its efforts to help rehabilitate sporting facilities that were destroyed by Cyclone Idai. The cyclone-induced floods left a trail of destruction in Chimani and other eastern parts of the country in March this year, killing a total of 344 people. FIFA, through its foundation this month, dispatched two officials, Sergi Preche and Catarina Ferreira, who told the three countries, including Mozambique and Malawi, which were affected by the disaster. We have seen the extent of damage that has been done in the area, and our vision is to try and support as much as possible the affected communities through ZIFA, which has said. I'm going to move to another story that is in the Standard, which says Miss Universe calling for Jonga, where it reads, it was all for fun when female bodybuilder Regina Jonga took up the sport at Mbaris Matapi Gym back in 2012. 7 years on, Jonga is not just turned professional, but is already fine-tuning here for a first professional competition, the 2019 WFF Mr. and Miss Universe bodybuilding tournament, which is set for Korea which is set for Seoul, Korea on June 22, 2019. So another female bodybuilder aiming to raise the flag high as far as the bodybuilding sports is concerned. What else do you have?
Okay, so just to wrap up, coming back, the past week we have had Pollard has been going through, the leaders have, and apparently the Daily News here says opposition party leaders allowed Pollard, and they have, some opposition leaders have been excited and, thanking President Emerson Mnangagwa for engaging them to discuss development issues and issues to do with Zimbabwe as a country. So, however, on that same note, it says Kasia Muru distances himself from the dialogue. This is the Zimbabwe Partnership and Prosperity ZIPP President Blessing Kasia Muru has distanced himself from the current political dialogue being spearheaded by President Emerson Mnangagwa. The youthful politician said he believes an effective national dialogue should have an agenda that clearly addresses the root causes of the conflict and the major grievances of all the key interest groups, and I quote, "The parties to the national dialogue should clearly and honestly admit to a crisis or conflict in the system of governance of the state, thus unanimously agreeing to go for the national dialogue as a crisis or conflict resolution move." That's a mouthful. I really like what he said.
Yeah, he's making a lot of sense.
Exactly, he does.
There should be consensus as far as the agenda of the dialogue is concerned. No one should dictate. I think all the parties must agree on the agenda, not a certain party or a certain party coming up with the agenda and saying people should conform to that agenda. I'm going to quickly move to sport before we wrap up. Reality check for Zimbabwe that is in the Standard, which says bottom side blower chiefs slept, feeding Araja's animals out of dreamland and back into reality. Ending the new coach Tengalendra his first defeat since rejoining Dynamos at Zimbabwe Field Stadium yesterday. That was on Saturday. I'm going to move to Newsday, which says struggling Highlanders season went from back to west after they were held by rentals at Zimbabwe Field Stadium yesterday to stretch their winless run to 8 games. It's very sad for Highlanders. They haven't won a match in this season. They've only scored 1 goal, if I remember. 1 goal, that was through a penalty by Arios Banda. And Dynamos, they lost to Twitter Kings of Zimbabwe football, that is the Blair Chiefs. I liked how they wrote it on Twitter. They said, we've ate a giant. We were waiting for a giant and we ate a giant. And on that spot note, my name is Stuart Nemu. Please do join us. Next time we are live right here on TechMed TV, and please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that whenever we are live, you get a notification. It has been a wonderful pleasure being with you guys. Thank you so much.
And my name is Nicole Maziwa. From me and the crew behind the scenes, enjoy the rest of your day.